How you doing, guys? So Ben contacted me a couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, would you be interested in telling a story about mentorship and make it personal?" And my first reaction was, "I've never had a mentor, and I don't do personal." But I thought about it more, and I thought, mentorship doesn't necessarily come in the way that we always think it does, right? So I just immediately reflected on three kind of instances in my life that shaped me, shaped my thinking. The first, kind of in that traditional mentor vein, I worked for a general officer who said, you know, you can tell where general officers and flag officers put priority by what they put money towards. Um, as I've been in the Pentagon for the last 2 months, that little tidbit has served me well. Um, the second, and these are all kind of just random thoughts. I'm not gonna tie them neatly into a package or anything else. I'm just gonna throw them out there for you guys to take with them what you will. The second was last year in Afghanistan. I'm sitting in a operations center approving an air-to-ground contact, and a lot of you guys have been there before. I know. You're looking. It's a very surreal experience where you're watching people walk on a video camera, and you're about to approve or deny the engagement of that person. And the NCO sitting in front of me, who was a battle NCO, kind of tongue in cheek, jokingly turned around and said to me, "Hey, sir, what do you ever do to you? I mean, you've never even met the guy before." And for a second, it gave me pause for thought. And I reflected back on a speech that I heard by Peter Singer at NPS about 4 years ago, where he said, "I'm concerned in the age of technology where our ability to kill has outpaced our moral thinking about the subject." Again, I'm just going to leave that one hanging out there. You guys think on it what you will, and I know in the blogosphere over there, a lot of guys have much stronger opinions on it than I do. I'm still somewhere in the middle, but it's something that I've reflected back on many times, and has caused me pause for thought on more than that one occasion. The final one, and in my attempt to get personal for Ben, is about my best friend. You guys would have loved him. He was an innovator before that was a cool buzzword. We grew up as Army brats together on Fort Bragg, and I was always the cautious, "Hey, why should we do this?" And he was always this guy who said, "Why not? Why should we tie bed sheets together and rappel into the girls' dormitory below us? Hey, why not?" Uh, um, Later, we went to West Point together. We were cadets for 4 years. We were roommates as lieutenants, and as lieutenants, and this is kind of the mentorship part that I think a lot of people here can appreciate. In the pre 9/11 Army, training was sometimes out in front of the barracks, with not even blank rounds. It was doing battle drills in the grass out in front of the barracks. He was the guy who would, cold call the National Park Service and say, "Hey, I want to come out and use your mountain," and just always coming up with new and innovative ways to train his platoon, and really inspired me to do the same. I was the keep your head down, be the gray man lieutenant, and just follow the rules. And then I'd come home at night, and he and I'd be sitting in our apartment. He'd tell me about what he did during the day, and I was like, "Man, that's inspiring." Um, and then in a final lesson, 4 years ago this month, he killed himself in Afghanistan. He was on his fifth combat deployment, and so he left me a little mentorship, a final mentorship gift that you got to find balance in everything you do. Um, Doing something all the way is good sometimes, as long as it's balanced with realizing other things that are priorities and important in life. And I think there's got to be a little bit of yin to every yang, and so people who don't find that balance will literally drive themselves into the ground, if you can't find a happy medium there somewhere. So I've never had a mentor in the traditional sense of the term, but I've had people along my way that have, whether it was a lifelong friendship or a quote, something said in jest at a moment in time, that have certainly shaped me, who I am, and my experiences, and I'm pretty sure that we're all the same. Thank you.